I said, I want to see that thing. And he's like, no. And I said, okay. Because Gavin's on the spectrum. Gavin's autistic. And so sometimes he needs preparation. I said, I need you to wrap your mind around the fact that the next time I see you, I said, I'm just going to go ahead and freeze that thing off your leg, because I think about it all the time. And like sometimes he'd like bump it, and he's like, oh, I hit it a weird way, and it was bleeding, and I was like, that is not normal. And I told Doug, I was like, I kept telling him, I want you to take him to the doctor for this, and he never did. So when he came, my niece had a meet the baby party, and so we went to. He was going to come for that, and then it was going to be the 4th of July, and I said, he came and we were going to go swimming, and I saw the thing on his leg, and it had gotten huge, and I said, you are not leaving this house until I take you to the doctor. And so I set an appointment for him to go to the doctor, because you looked at it and you're like, oh, that's. I don't know why I got so emotional about this. This isn't news to me, new news to me. But you look at it and you go, oh, that's cancer. And so I took him to the doctor, and she looked at it, and you could see it in her eyes, and she was thinking, oh, that's cancer. So she said, I could take it off here and send it to a biopsy, but because you said it bleeds, we should probably he should probably go to a dermatologist who'd be better able to handle this. And I said, absolutely. Now, the great thing about going to the doctor, one of my manifestations for Gavin, when he was in school, through the school system, they successfully diagnosed him with autism, which means that he had access to an occupational therapist, he had access to a social worker, he had access to a speech therapist, which is great, right? But when he went to go live with Doug is very supportive in a lot of different ways, but he also isn't necessarily supportive in the ways that Gavin needed him to be, which is ironically why I sent him there, because I needed him to step up in certain ways and he wasn't. So I said, then he needs to come live with you until you can see that he needs this, and then I can't do that by myself. Okay, hold on.